Let me show you how the Slack integration works. So I'm going to integrate Jenkins with my Slack channel. First, you obviously need to use Slack. So you can go to slack.com and create a new team if you don't have a team already. I already have my own team, so I'm going to use my already set up Slack channel. You can download a client and it will be that client that I will be using. Let's first configure our Jenkins plugin. So go to Manage Jenkins, Manage Plugins, Available Plugins, and I'm going to enter Slack. You see you have 3 plugins here, and it's a Slack notification plugin that we'll be using. I'm going to install this one. And while this is installing, I'm going to configure Slack. So this is my Slack. It's a team that we are using in the company. I have already a channel alerts that I want to use. In this channel alerts, I want to add an app or a custom integration. So there's a link here, or you can click on apps and integrations in the menu. So I'm going to click here and I'll be redirected to a page to add those things. You will first have to sign in if you haven't signed in already. So that's what I'm going to do. And then there are a lot of integration. So remember, I talked about ChatOps, so you can integrate it with a lot of tools. And this is what makes Slack really great. You can integrate it with Google Drive. You can probably integrate it with every tool that you know. For instance, PayPal is right here as well. We are going to look for a webhook. A webhook is just a generic API that plugins then can use to send data to. So I'm going to add a configuration. And I'm going to post to this channel alerts. So I'm going to add an incoming webhook integration. And then we have this webhook URL that we can use. So it explains this is how you send a message. You just basically send a JSON, which is your payload, as a post request to this webhook URL. And this is what Jenkins is going to do for us. So it's going to just do an HTTP request to this URL whenever you do, for instance, a build. So if you want to test it, you can use curl, and then this will actually test it. I'm just going to put it straight into our Jenkins configuration. Let's go to Manage Jenkins, Configure System, and then at the bottom, I see the global Slack notifier settings. You can put a base URL, a team subdomain, an integration token, and it actually says exposing your integration token is a security risk. So it's better to use the credentials. So let's add a credential. And it's going to be a secret text. It's going to be our Slack alerts, and the secret is going to be all this. I click add, I click on Slack alerts, then we just need the first bit of the URL, that will be the base URL. Team subdomain is this right here. Integration token, it takes it from the credential. The channel is alerts, and then we can test the connection. And then I already got the notifications. As you can see, it was success. We're going to save this, and then we can use this Slack notification. So let's add a new job in Jenkins. I'm going to call it Slack notification. It's going to be a pipeline job. And then in our Jenkins course, we have a Slack notifications folder and a Jenkins file. It's the same code as the email notification, except that is much simpler now. It's just going to do a Slack send with a red color and a message. We're going to say this job has failed if it ended up in a catch, the job name, the build number, and the build URL. So it's Slack notifications, Jenkins file that we need to add to our pipeline. So git script path, Jenkins course, save, build, and let's check the console. And we have our notification here. We see here the Slack sent. And then in our Slack, we see the incoming webhook. We see failed, and then we can go to this job to see the console. So we can just click here and then we straight go to the console. So it's very useful to have this whenever a job fails, that you have straight in Slack your notification. You can change this image into a Jenkins image if you want. You just go here back to the incoming webhooks configuration, all the way to the bottom. You can upload an image or choose an emoji. You can just grab an image from Jenkins and upload it here, and then you will have a Jenkins image next to your messages. So you see this one is very easy to implement, just one line, and you can implement it in any way that you want. You can even, if you want, every time a job ends, you can send a notification. It's all up to you. It is very flexible. So that's it for this demo.